Good afternoon and welcome to Gateshead International Stadium. It is National League action live on the Heat Army podcast and on DAZN. If you're abroad, you can watch and join us here this afternoon. My name is David Gaddis. Unfortunately, I'm by myself. We were going to have Frank Nouble on with us, but unfortunately, we're unable to have him with us at this moment in time. But we thank him for his offer to be on. But at this moment in time, we do have the team sheet. I'll go through them very, very shortly. But a big welcome. Thank you very much. Let us know if you can hear us. If we're coming through loud and clear, you can message us on the chat facility, as many people have done already. And I'll go through some of those messages right now. But this is a fully interactive podcast and broadcast here. And we do have Sean Parry. He's put good afternoon. I hope we get a 3-2 win today. Well, so that would be very nice, wouldn't it? That's put need a win. Getting tight at the bottom of the National League, and it certainly is. Gateshead find themselves only 3 points above the relegation zone, so 3 points here this afternoon could really help Gateshead's cause. But Boreham Wood, they're fighting at the other end of the table, and 3 points for them would really take them nice and right into that playoff picture going into the Christmas festive season, which is all too close here and at this moment in time. So apologies, I am by myself, but we will bring you the commentary as ever. Or you won't miss a kick with us here. And I can go through the teams at this moment in time, as my headphones are working themselves for me at this moment in time. But this is how Gateshead line up this afternoon, and it's Tiernan Brooks in goal. Will Flint, Ben Williams, Max Melbourne and David Ferguson make up the back line. In midfield, Jacob Butterfield, Harry Chapman, Curtis Edwards, Josh Holm, Kyan Pennant and Kane Adam make up the start lineup for Gateshead. On the bench, Preston Leach, Lucas Lowry, Kyle Hurst, Ethan Fitzhugh, Callum Bowen, Jake Lish and Harry Gettins. For the away team, this is how they line up. It's Ted Curd in goal, former Gator player Chris Bush, Charlie O'Connell, Eriko Sousa, Zach Brunt, Abdul Malik, Joe Newton, Jeff King, Callum Reynolds is the captain, Tom White, former Gator player, of course, and Matt Rush, who is in the habit of scoring goals at this moment in time. The substitutes is Cameron Cokes, Jack Payne, John Benton, Charles Clayton, Luke Norris, Lewis Richardson, and the return to Gateshead International Stadium of Regan Booty, who of course left for pastures new in the summer when he signed for Barrow. Things haven't quite worked out there, and now he's on loan at High Fly in Boreham Wood. So it'll be interesting to see Regan Booty playing back at Gateshead International Stadium, but sadly not in Gateshead colours. We do have Alan Guest has sent us a message. Good afternoon, everyone. Sorry I missed the last podcast. I hope the Heat wins 3-1 today. Away the Heat. Well, unfortunately, we haven't had a podcast the last 2 weeks. Circumstances have gotten in the way of that. But we will be back Monday at 8 p.m. So if you'd like to join us, hit the subscribe button, and we'd love to have you join us live on Monday night. We'll be talking about this game, previewing the coming games, and every bit of news in between about Gateshead FC, and of course some daft banter as we normally have. So please do join us for that, 8 p.m. on Monday. Also, as well, we'd like to say a massive thank you to our sponsors, Northern Print Solutions, for their continued sponsorship over 10 years now. And they are going to renew so we can broadcast like we do, like this, as ever. Of the Heat Army podcast going forward. Not too much. We'll be hopefully keeping most of our branding that we have. But we are going to be changing streaming service provider. So we will be leaving StreamYard and going to a new, very, very similar streaming partner than seeing, because it's just the cost. StreamYard is very, very expensive, and we can't justify the money that it is. So we found a cheaper comparison, but hopefully that cheapness won't hinder the product, because I've had a look at it and it looks really good, and there's a couple of more bells and whistles that we can use to our advantage. So please do hit that subscribe button and share. It really does help. As I say, we are about 10 minutes from kickoff here, 9 minutes, and the time we stand is filling up. There's a nice contingent that have travelled up from Boreham Wood here this afternoon to Tyneside, and they must have brought the warmer weather with them, because the ice and snow has gone and the pitch is looking immaculate. You wouldn't think the amount of water and ice and snow had been on it in this past few days. It's immaculate out there. The proverbial carpet for Gateshead to play on this afternoon, and Boreham Wood, that is. But we'll have to see how Gateshead fare this afternoon. As I mentioned in the team there is a few changes. There is changes made by injury as well. Kenton Richardson, Callum Johnson is out for the season after sustaining a hamstring injury. And one second, you have that one. Sorry, someone just asking for a team sheet there from Carlisle. So yes, we have got a lot of players out injured. Joe Grayson's out injured. Kenton Richardson's out injured. Callum Johnson out for the season. Isn't a great, and Ibrahim Bakary as well, the on loan defender from Cheltenham, is out injured at this moment in time. So Gateshead having to make a makeshift back four. Plenty of experience there. Max Melbourne, of course, played in the Football League. David Ferguson, very well known at the club. And also as well, we do have Will Flint and Ben Williams in the back four. So I'd imagine it will be Will Flint at right back, Ben Williams and Melbourne in the centre at the back, and David Ferguson, who wears the captain's armband in the absence of Kenton Richardson, who we mentioned before, who has been back in training this week, light training. So we could see Kenton Richardson back in the coming weeks and month, hopefully. And as I say, there is a big game in the FA Cup here live on Sunday, the 7th of December. FA Cup second round action against high-flying Walsall of League 2. And only 90 minutes away from a possible round 3 tie in the FA Cup. Dare we dream? Could a Premier League big boy be coming here? Or could we going to be dominating somewhere like Anfield? Who knows? But that's the magic of the Cup. We dare to dream, and hopefully we can enjoy it. As I say, I don't know if the BBC are here. They're not in our commentary position. They may be up in the other box. But if there isn't, please do let any Boreham Wood fans know that we are here as well. And it will be live, of course, on DAZN. So if you're abroad and sunnier climes, enjoying yourself, you can sit down with maybe a margarita, who knows, maybe even a San Miguel, and enjoy the Gateshead match here with Boreham Wood in the Enterprise National League, live and exclusive on DAZN and the audio stream on the Heed Army Podcast YouTube page. It's an absolute pleasure to be here with you this afternoon, and we hope that you enjoy this afternoon's match. And there's one thing that's a guarantee at the moment with Gateshead. Goals are plenty in these games, but hopefully there will be some for the home team. Well, we've got a message here from Deborah, and she's put, I have shared with other Wood fans. Thanks for the comment. Well, thank you very much for taking the opportunity to join us. As I say, we aren't too rose-tinted here. We like to call the game as we see it, because that's the best way to do it. Honesty is key in commentary. We want to give you a fair reflection of what the game is here this afternoon. And as I say, I'm looking forward to this one. Of course, the return of Chris Bush and Tom White here at Gateshead International Stadium, and of course on the bench, who I can just see who's went up to the Gateshead bench, out to the Boreham Wood bench in Regan Booty. So some familiar faces and some very talented players. So we'll see how they do this afternoon here. But we are, let's say, waiting for the teams to come out. The stands are still filling up. If you're listening at home, you've still got that time. Get yourself maybe a hot chocolate, maybe even an alcoholic beverage. Sit down, relax, and we'll bring you the full match commentary here, live and exclusive on DAZN and the Heed Army Podcast. Well, most of the Boreham Wood bench are out on the touchline, and we're hoping that we will see the players come out very soon. Sorry, I was just reading a message there. Well, we are waiting just in anticipation for the teams to come out here at Gateshead International Stadium. The Boreham Wood fans have definitely brought the warmer climes with them as they've travelled up the country. No snow, no ice, no trace of any water on that pitch. It looks absolutely magnificent for any Boreham Wood fans that are tuned in. They may be interested to know that Newcastle United ladies play here on a Sunday, and they have been sharing their expertise with the Gateshead ground staff and looking after the pitch here. And it looks absolutely fantastic out there. The pitch cannot be blamed for any mistakes today, only the players. And we'll see who will be the hero and who will be the villain at Gateshead International Stadium here this afternoon as the Gateshead subs make their way out to the bench. And we're hoping that we're going to have a great time here. There's a lot of movement on the Boreham Wood bench. They're all looking into the stand. But the stand now is looking out at the teams. Here they are. And this is how Gateshead will end up this afternoon here at Gateshead International Stadium. In goal, Tiernan Brooks, Will Flint, Ben Williams, Max Melbourne, and the captain, David Ferguson, make up the back line. In midfield, it's Jacob Butterfield, Harry Chapman, Curtis Edwards, Josh Holm, Kyan Pennant, and Kane Adam. On the bench for Gateshead is Preston Leach, Lucas Lowry, Kyle Hurst, Ethan Fitzhugh, Callum Bowen, Jake Lish, and Harry Gettins. For the visitors, this is how they line up here this afternoon. It's Ted Curd in goal, Chris Bush, former Gateshead player, Charlie O'Connell, Eric O'Souza, Zach Brunt, Abdul Malik, Joe Newton, Jeff King. The captain is Callum Reynolds, and Tom White, of course, former Gateshead player and product of the youth system here. Matt Rush, who scores goals for fun. And on the bench for the visitors is Cameron Cokes, Jack Payne, John Benton, Charles Clayton, Luke Norris, Lewis Richardson, and of course the return of Regan Booty, who left the Tynesiders in the summer. So here we are, we're all set up for our audio listeners. The visitors are all in sky blue, Gateshead in their white and black strips, the goalkeepers in pungent colours, shall we say. Gateshead, Tiernan Brooks is all in the bright pink, and the yellow of yellow is Ted Curd is in a lemon curd strip. So there we go. So I wonder if that's been used this season so far. If any Boreham Wood fans can let us know if anyone else has made that pun. If they haven't, I'm very happy with myself. But at the moment, the two captains are in the centre circle, and we are awaiting the coin toss with Melissa Burgeon, the referee, here today. And we'll see how things fare out for the officials today. Will they have a quiet game? Hopefully. Well, Boreham Wood fans in fine voice at the north end of the Tyne and Wear stand. That's all you can hear at the moment. You would have to say nervous anticipation from Gateshead at the moment. The home form this season has not been what Gateshead fans have been used to in recent years. It's a bit of a hard pill to swallow this year that, it's a different football club on the pitch and off the pitch, let it be said, but the football club is still trying to regroup, regrow and refresh. So today, Alan Armstrong just shakes hands with the Boreham Wood coaching staff and makes his way to the dugout for Gateshead. And he said in his pre-match interview that one match can change the flow of the season, and Gateshead looking today to hopefully start that with 3 points today. But it's a very hard opposition to play. Boreham Wood, who find themselves back in the National League after promotion last year in the National League South. They've adapted to life very well. Can they continue that this afternoon? But a ball in midfield as Curtis Edwards nods it. Gets it to Jacob Butterfield. And at the moment, Home can find Chapman. Dispossessed though, and now on the break, Boreham Wood on the far side. There's Brunt, dispossessed. Curtis Edwards sends the ball forward for Kane Adam, but Chris Bush was there to try and disrupt, and he does. As now they can try and build down this left-hand side. Boreham Wood very tidy on the ball in the opening exchanges, the visitors. Reynolds gives the ball across to King. At the moment, they're just feeling things out as Souza gives the ball back to Reynolds. And the ball goes all the way back to Ted Curd. Ball forward from Reynolds down the right-hand flank, brought down beautifully as well by Souza. Ball forward now, though, and he's in space as Abdul Malik twists and turns, takes down the dead ball lane. Can he pull it back across? He can. The ball did go out of play, though, and it's a goal kick. Some nifty footwork from Abdul Malik. Looks like he's got pace to burn. It was a lovely first touch. Tina Brooks' goal kick heads towards Ferguson, who nods it forward. It just goes behind Pennant. Edwards trying to hustle for the ball and judged to have fouled Tom White. Tom White was a pivotal role in Steve Watson's first full season at Gateshead. Earned himself a move to Blackburn Rovers on the end of it, and then moved to Barrow. Morecambe in turn fought off very well at both clubs. Now a fresh challenge down at Boreham Wood, but Chris Bush plays the ball into the channel looking for Abdul Malik, and he's on that one, puts a cross in. It's a dangerous one, and Rush was there, and Tina Brooks put it away to the side, and Max Melbourne puts it behind for a corner. But Abdul Malik looks very, very dangerous. 3 minutes gone, 0-0 if you are just joining us. Stephen Wayne has put, come on the Mighty Wood. Well, the Mighty Wood have a corner at the moment, and Jeff King stands over it. Abdul Malik comes to show for a short corner and does receive the ball. Plays at the edge of the box. And the ball played forward. And out to play for another corner. Boreham Wood settling pretty quick into this one. Abdul Malik gets a shot, plays it back to King. King down to the dead ball line, chips it across the back post. It's headed clear by Melbourne, and there's a foul off the ball, and a penalty has been given. Well, they're coming together there. And, well, referee certain straight away and pointed to the penalty spot. There's two players running towards the ball. Down they went. But the referee, no hesitation, pointed straight to the penalty spot. And a frustrated Gateshead defence move into position. As it is going to be Zach Brunt to take the penalty. From a Gateshead perspective, it looked a little bit soft, that one, but the referee was certain straight away. They were both running away from goal as well, but there must have been a shirt pull or a leg that made connection. But the penalty here on 5 minutes. Just waiting for the referee. Make sure everyone's outside the box. Brooks bounces on his line as Brunt steps forward. It's a slow run up, and he buries it into the top right-hand corner. Wow. They're not very happy with the what's happening here. The demonstrations from the defence, but the linesman's having none of it. They're still remonstrating with the player. I don't think many people are very happy on the Gateshead side of things, but the goal will stand. Gateshead lead by 1-0 here at Gateshead International Stadium. 6 minutes gone. Well, I think they are complaining about the staggered run up for the penalty. He did stop as he hit it. So that is the grievance. There was a grievance that the penalty was awarded as normal from most defenders. But the penalty itself, beautifully placed, but contentious in the run-up. As a ball played forward, it occurred quickly off his line, gets it to the side of his box, and he'll just wait for his team now to get into place as he drops it at his feet. Well, Reynolds plays the ball forward to Bush. Gateshead trying to put the pressure on from the front. It nearly worked as Bush's header. Oh, and his clearance, not the best I've ever seen, but Gateshead couldn't capitalise on the second ball, and now King can look to get this ball moving forward as he does. Left to play it off Matt Rush, tried to play it through for the on-run, and Abdul Malik on the far side, but Gateshead can clear the ball. Reynolds nods it down. Tom White gets it under control, under pressure, but no real problems for Tom White there as Bush sends the ball over the top forward looking for a rush. And Tiernan Brooks has to come out, makes himself big, lays it to Ferguson, who clears it down the line, nodded up in the air. Reynolds can just nod it to the side, and Gateshead trying to apply pressure to get this ball, but O'Connell does very well. It's played back down the line into space to King. King with a crossfield ball, and it finds its way to Abdul Malik on the far side, who can try and open up against Flint and does so past his man. Can he pull the trigger? He can, and there's a ricochet and it goes out for a goal kick. And at the moment, Will Flint is struggling with the pace and drive of Abdul Malik. Fantastic start from the visitors. Regardless if people think it was a penalty or not, they're well on top in the early stages. The only thing you can hear at the moment is the Boreham Wood fans at the north end of the stand. As Gateshead just second best at the moment. Max Melbourne marshals the ball back to Tiernan Brooks. Home. Ben Williams. Give the ball to Flint, who kind of aimlessly put that down the line, but Home does well to win the ball back. And now Butterfield threads the ball through to Pennant. Pennant does have Adam on the attack, and he's through, and the offside flag goes up. As Peo is a lovely finish, but the offside flag went up instantly. That was tight, very tight, but better from Gateshead. They proved they can get through. Space is there if they move the ball quick enough. Gateshead fans have just sprung into life seeing that. There's a free kick to the visitors inside their own half. Once again, thank you to everyone that has joined us, whether you're live on National League TV or on the Heed Army podcast. Always a pleasure and an honour to bring live commentary of Gateshead and whoever they're playing. But 9 minutes gone, if you just joined us, Gateshead 0, Boreham Wood 1. Zach Brunt from the penalty spot. Chris Bush just brings the ball forward calmly and collective. Plays it across to King. Brings it down. Good work from Pennant to force the error. The ball did come off Boreham Wood player, but the resultant throw-in Gateshead have wasted. And the ball's back with Curd. We still haven't heard if anyone calls him Lemon Curd in that strip. But lovely ball forward from Reynolds. Oh, he picks out the man. The far side, he just couldn't control it. Hands to his head. And it was Newton that was trying to keep it in on the far side. Gateshead have already took the throw in. Forward from Flint up towards Adam, but Chris Bush will win that header. I'll say it's a good 10, 12 years since Chris Bush was in a Gateshead shirt. Maybe a little bit less. Of course, vastly experienced player now at National League level. As Brunt drives with the ball, cuts inside. Can he go for the shot? He can. Oh, it's across the face of goal. Behind for a goal kick. And Gateshead just finding it difficult. So, just needs to be a little bit more calmness and composure from Gateshead. Apparently, Deborah's put it's only Curd's second game we've not seen him in that kit. Well, it's bright yellow from head to foot, and I like a pun, so apologies to the Curd family. If it's any help, my name's Gaddis, and my mum, sorry, I'll tell this right. My mum used to be called Gusted before she married my dad, and when she was at school, she sat next to someone called Jelly. So Jelly and Gusted, but the ball forward now at the moment is Boreham Wood. Ball comes off Kyan Pennant for a throw just inside the Gateshead half. A fourth official talking to one of the Boreham Wood manager there. Don't know what that's about, but it's telling him to get back inside his area. He's only passing the ball. Well, committing a lot of men forward at the moment, Boreham Wood, and it's a sign of their confidence and comfortableness at the start of this game as the ball goes up, headed forward by Gateshead. Edwards brings it down, tries to flick it forward for Pennant, but it was Charlie O'Connell that got in front, and it was King, actually, sorry. It was fouled just in front of the dugout. Reynolds just sprays the ball across the bush, who brings it down. He's got space and time to run, brings it forward, chips the ball forward looking for Souza, and now is Ferguson just to get in front and nod it to Tiernan Brooks, who he wants movement. He's asking for movement. It's not really there. And Gateshead, a little bit, dare I say, disjointed, not the most best communication at this moment in time. But they try and build through Ben Williams, who's just pushed off the ball on the far side. Gets a free kick, goes back to Brooks. Bar that one attack from Gateshead, we haven't really been given much excitement from Gateshead, but at the moment, as Ferguson was pulled down there, and there's going to be a yellow card for King. I think in the terms of things, you would say that was an intelligent one from Ferguson. He felt the pull on his shirt and on his arm and went down. A free kick nonetheless to Gateshead, as Jacob Butterfield is going to take this, and they're going to try to use this. And oh, it's not actually. Tiernan Brooks is going to take this just on the halfway line, more or less, just inside the Boreham Wood half. Use this as an opportunity to get the ball up and into the area for Gateshead. Can they capitalise? Do they have the height to use this as the ball goes forward? And the ball does fall to Flint, who brings it down the edge of the box, just has it taken away from him. Has to be cleared on the far side, and that's going to be a throw. Oh, no, it was a late tackle on the player that cleared it there, as I followed the ball, but the referee didn't miss it. Alan guesses, but what if Kurt's first name was Leonard? Leonard Kurt. That one, yeah, maybe as a family name, they've probably had that for many years and decided to steer away from that one. Let it be said, I love a lemon curd sandwich. There's a ball played forward, brought down by Newton. Abdul Malik has the ball, lays it off. Brunt gets the ball back from Abdul Malik. It's good passing in and around Gateshead midfield. And now the drive on the edge of the box. Played it through, looking for the run of Newton. Newton pulls it back across. It's very deep. Souza there. Oh, well, he managed to get the shot across in there, but straight into the hands of Tiernan Brooks. Quickly cleared, though, by Brooks, looking for Kane Adam. And Chris Bush won that one with ease. Now King. Back to Souza. Souza gives it to Tom White. Tom White plays it back to Reynolds. And now Abdul Malik in the middle. Plays it out to the far side. Too much room. Offside flag goes up. And at the moment, Abdul Malik is just finding space with ease at the moment. Well, there certainly needs to be an improvement from Gateshead here if they want to try and get a foothold into this game. Only 16 minutes gone, but Boreham Wood very comfortable at the moment. Tiernan Brooks plays the ball to Max Melbourne. Good press from the visitors, and the ball just goes straight to King. Couldn't control it and has been launched forward as Adam tries to win the ball, but it didn't stick to him. And at the moment, just seems when there's space, there's a blue shirt. As King now brings the ball forward, right hand side, plays it to Rush on the edge of the box, goes down theatrically on the edge of the area. Ball cleared by Gateshead, only as far as another blue shirt, and Tom White brings the ball down, controls it, and plays it back to Chris Bush. Newton was on his toes on the far side. No one's seen the run. But at the moment, Boreham Wood, they're just happy to pass it around the back. They've got the time, they've got the space, and Gateshead's pressure isn't really affecting Boreham Wood at the moment. Reynolds gives it to King. too much on it, and out it goes for a throw to Gateshead in front of their own dugout. Well, Edwards turns his man, plays a ball through the centre looking for Pennant. Bush has just let it go through, and well, it stayed in, didn't ricochet off Bush, out for a corner, and Gateshead have to get back into shape as Boreham Wood chip the ball into the centre, lots of space there, and Brunt puts it out to Abdul Malik, and just too much skim on the surface. Out it goes for a throw on the far side. And you've got to commend the pace and work rate of the visitors at the moment. It's been all them. There's now we'll wait a throw in on the far side. Butterfield launches it forward, picked up by O'Connell. At the moment, just seems no outlet for the Tynesiders as Abdul Malik lays the ball off. King is in acres of space on this right-hand side if he's seen. O'Connell gives it back to Tom White, and Abdul Malik now up against a couple of Gateshead players. The ball goes out to Newton on the far side, who's hugging that touchline. Back to Tom White. Good possession from the visitors, but loose ball gives it to Kane Adam. And at the moment, Gateshead nearly playing themselves into trouble as Flint gives it to Butterfield. And he's just crucial interception there from Gateshead, and it just feels very disjointed. There isn't much communication out there, but now they can bring the ball forward on the far side as Chapman plays it inside to Adam. Home plays it through for Adam. Can he pull it back across? He's got down to the dead ball line. Pulls it back to Chapman now. Home on the edge there. It goes for a shot. Takes a wicked deflection and comes out to this left-hand side. And David Ferguson can get it under control. Tries to play it in, looking for the run of Melbourne. And at the moment, Gateshead do win the ball back. There's a cross in there, but it's a deep one. Had the keeper panic there for a second, but it's been cleared as far as Abdul Malik, who just slows it down and can play it back to Chris Bush. Very comfortable. Well, now Souza turns in midfield. He's got Abdul Malik to the left-hand side, who he uses. Driving forward, ball flared forward to Newton. Newton pulls it across into the hands of Tiernan Brooks at his feet, and he just urges to get players forward as now Josh Home pings the ball over the top, looking for the run of Pennant. Pennant brings it down well. Can he get past Reynolds? Reynolds does very well and clears the ball himself down the channel to Abdul Malik. And now Tom White can give it to Souza. Souza's going to have King on the overlap here on the right-hand side. If he looks up, plays it through the centre though to Rush. Rush lays it off to Brunt. And his ball, he was hoping to find Abdul Malik on that far side and wasn't there. Ball down the channel for Gateshead. And that one's too hard of a pass for Gateshead to try and run onto. Well, wouldn't say the game's getting stretched, but Gateshead, if they can find players in the right position, they might be able to get a break. But at this moment in time, we're at the 21st minute, and Boreham Wood in cruise control, it has to be said. Chris Bush plays the ball to O'Connell, who's dropped deep. And they're just slowing things down, the visitors, playing it at their pace. They're in control. Tom White turns, plays the ball out to King. King takes a touch. He does have Souza on the underlap there, but Tom White in space. Now picks it back to King. Great stuff from Boreham Wood. Pulls it across and over the bar it goes. It must have been harder not to get it in the back of the net for Rush there than what it was. Well, Tiernan Brooks down on the ground. Is he injured? Let's hope not. As the physios are being called onto the pitch, we have a break in play. We'll go through some latest scores in the National League. As it stands, the early kickoff finished, it was two early kickoffs actually. It finished 2-1 to Woking at Aldershot, and Rochdale won 2-1 away to Tamworth in the early kickoffs. Current scores at the moment is Brackley Town 0, York City 1, Eastleigh 0, Hartlepool 0, Halifax 0, Solihull Moors 0. Of course, here it is 1-0 to Boreham Wood at Gateshead. It's 0-0 between Morecambe and Yeovil. Scunthorpe are winning 1-0 at home to Braintree. I got that one right. Southend are winning 2-0 at home to Oldham. It's 0-0 between Truro and Sutton, and 0-0 between Wealdstone and Forest Green. And as I say that, FC Halifax have just taken the lead at home to Solihull Moors. And at this moment in time, both sets of players taking this opportunity to take on some fluids on board, and more importantly, some instructions as well from the coaches of both sides. Alan Armstrong, there's lots of pointing, there's lots of shouting, there's lots of remonstrating. He wants to get his point across to his team to get them into this game, because as it stands, they haven't really laid a glove on the opposition. Well, Tina Brooks is all right. He's back up and he is ready to take the goal kick. Well, we wait the referee to get us underway. It's actually going to be Flint that takes the free kick. Well, we're back underway. Brooks has the ball at his feet. He launches the ball up looking for Kane Adam and Pennant. It's going to come through to Pennant. Oh, and he's wiped out on the edge of the box. Well, he did win the ball, but he wiped the man out. And another contentious moment to talk about. In truth, I think he won the ball, but it doesn't help matters for Gateshead as the ball's played forward and they win the ball in midfield. Edwards looks up, threads it through to Kane Adam, who holds the ball up back to Edwards, plays it out to Ferguson, this left-hand side. There's a better stuff from Gateshead as Kane Adam has the ball in the box, pulls it across. Oh, hits the underside of the bar and it bounces out and goes across the far side. And Gateshead have started really well since this injury break for Tiernan Brooks. Can they continue this motion that they've started in the past few moments? Throw taken to Williams. Williams plays it back to Butterfield. Nice ball back to Williams. Oh, nice footwork. Gets past his man. Can he get past the other one? He tries to pull it across. Oh, it's ricochets, falls to Gateshead. Now the shot off. Another good block from Boreham Wood. And Abdul Malik can try and keep the ball under control on the far side. But it's another throw to Gateshead. And that has awoken the home faithful here. 25 minutes gone. Gateshead trail by a goal to nil. An early penalty from Zach Brunt. Gateshead probing on the edge of the boxes. Home gives the ball back to, now it's been crossed in though, first time, and oh, wow, went for a speculative shot there. As Gateshead get back into position, ready for the goal kick. There's Williams with the shot come cross, or the other way around, however you want to describe it. But positive signs in the last few moments from Gateshead. Certainly better than what we've seen in the first 20 minutes. Boreham Wood clear the ball. Williams wins it. Doesn't fall to Chapman on the far side, and Gateshead a bit more energy. But Brunt sends the ball through to Abdul Malik. It's 2-on-3 here. Can he get the ball across? He can. King in the area, pulls the trigger into the legs of Tiernan Brooks. It still hasn't been fully cleared yet as Abdul Malik has it. Gives to O'Connell. Right-hand side of the box. Back to Abdul Malik. Abdul Malik plays it inside and Souza just did his run well. Gateshead try and probe the ball away. It hasn't been cleared fully yet as Brunt sees Newton. Lovely run on the far side. Left-hand side of the box. Crosses it in. There's Edwards to clear it, but only as far as Brunt. Now a crossfield ball, tried to put a bit of spin on it for King, but it goes out for a throw near the corner flag. Well, end-to-end stuff at the moment. Once again, thank you for joining us live on DAZN, wherever you might be watching in the world. And of course, live on our audio stream on YouTube. Please do join us on the Heat Army podcast at Monday, 8 p.m. We'll be talking about this game and previewing the next. And of course, everything in between revolving around Gateshead. We'd love to hear from Boreham Wood fans as well, as Edwards has it in midfield, sends the ball forward for Adam. Bush was there and put it back at some pace to Kurd, but he dealt with it back to Bush, who finds himself on the right-hand side now. Reynolds gets the ball from Kurd. Newton complete down the channel there as Boreham would do well just to pass the ball around and let the ball do the work. As a ball over the top looking for Abdul Malik, and he's going to bring this one down, keep it in on the far side up against Chapman. He gets through the legs, still going, drives into the box, cuts back. Oh, he tried to lay it off. He thought he may have went for a shot himself there as Adam is offside, and a wasted ball forward from Gateshead. Nobody sprinting out of defence to give an option there. The whole left-hand side of the pitch was empty for Gateshead. We've got a little bit of quietness in the stand here now as the ball comes out to King. Only man to have a yellow card so far in this game. Offside flag goes up on Matt Rush. As the Seagulls fly ahead screaming. Brackley Town have equalised at home to York City. It's 1-1 there. As the temperature is dropping here, you can see the player's breath at the moment now. I don't know if that's coming across on the camera. Okay, to have a free kick from that offside decision as Brooks takes the kick. Up it goes. Canadon didn't get off the ground, and the ball will fly all the way through and out of play for a goal kick to Boreham Wood. Well, from a frenetic few minutes earlier on, we've went a little bit of a calmer game. But the scoreline on 30 minutes is still Gateshead 0, Boreham Wood 1. Short goal kick. Kurd launches this ball up towards King. King doesn't get the head on it, and it goes straight out of play for a throw-in. Ferguson. Wants some movement. Still gets the ball back from Kane Adam. Home gets the ball to Pennant. This is better from Gateshead. Can they keep the ball moving? Edwards is onside. Left-hand side. There's the run from Pennant. Pennant gets round his man. Holds it up. Oh, and slips. Just couldn't control it. And it hasn't been cleared fully, though, from Boreham Wood. And Home couldn't take full advantage of that one there. And now Abdul Malik can bring the ball forward. Gateshead a little bit out of shape as Rush bends his run. Holds the ball. Abdul Malik's going to come on the outside. He cuts inside. Plays it now to Souza. Souza back to Rush. Rush hits a shot off, but deflects to Newton. It's all Boreham Wood as O'Connell on the edge of the area. Tries to pick it through. Abdul Malik, lovely footwork, pulls it in. Great save from Dana Brooks for the legs. And out for a corner. And Gateshead, once again, just getting opened up with that ball across the box. It's going to be King to take the corner again. Abdul Malik is showing for the short corner, but he turns away. King. Looks like this one's going to go straight into the mixer, as it does, towards the backside of the box. And Edwards can pick this up. The ball goes out of play, and he's disputing it, but it's a Boreham Wood throw, says the referee. Well, looks like we're going to see a long throw from Chris Bush. He takes a good few steps back onto the running track. He's got room to wind this one up. Remember his time at Gateshead in the past, his long throw was to great effect. And then comes this ball, headed up in the air, hasn't been fully cleared, and cleared by Butterfield. Only as far, though, as King on the edge of the area. And as Gateshead player down, injured, holding his head at the moment. And I think it might be Max Melbourne. That's the last thing we need. There's another Gateshead player to be injured, especially in the defensive area. Well, he's receiving treatment at the moment. And Gateshead temporarily down to 10 men. Because he's received treatment. Gateshead giving instructions to Kane Adam where they want him to move, where they want the options to be for the ball going forward. Well, it's a drop ball. Gateshead will be on the defensive from this as Tom White is getting the ball dropped on by the referee. Jeff King has pulled himself right out to this right-hand side here to be a fantastic option if the ball can be played first time to him, but Tom White plays it back to Chris Bush. Now, Tom White, you will see King this time. Just lets the ball come to him. He's up against Pennant. Cuts inside, lays it back though to Reynolds. Bush, on the side of defence. Gives it to O'Connell. He's got Newton on that left-hand side if he wants him, but Abdul Malik drops back. Back to Brunt. Brunt with back heel. And at the moment, Gateshead sitting very deep as King tries to probe. Gets it through, gets the ball back as well, though, from Brunt. And at the moment, it's very easy, and Gateshead need to try and get a foot in here in the box. Off comes the shot, and out it goes for a corner. And Melbourne will be able to join the action again, but this is all one way at the moment, Paul, from that flash of action we had from Gateshead 10 minutes ago. Well, we're at the corner on the far side. They've had quite a few so far, Boreham Wood. Can they make the goalkeeper work on this one? As in it comes towards the near post and straight into the side netting. And that'll be a goal kick to Gateshead. It's been quickly taken, looking for the run of Kane Adam. Adam up against Newton. And he's pulling them down. And that surely has to be a red card. He was the last man. And the referee has a decision to make here. That was last man. Newton pulling Newton to there it is. There's the red card. There could be no complaints from Newton. He had his arms around him and dragged him to the ground. He couldn't cope with the pace of. And we're seeing Ted Curd here. He's went down at the moment. So it could be a tactical injury here, dare I say it. And certainly wasn't involved in any of the action there, but he's pulled up and he's on the ground. So Boreham Wood down to 10 men as Newton makes the slow walk across to exit the pitch between the dugouts. I'm sure you'll get a nice warm reaction here from the home fans. But letter of the law, if you're the last man and you drag someone to the ground, there can be little complaints. From a Gateshead perspective, you'd be very happy that Newton's off the pitch because he was very instrumental in stuff that was going down the left. As he leaves the pitch to a warm embrace of boos. But can Gateshead capitalise on this? They have a man advantage, but they're a one goal down at this moment in time. The keeper Curd is back to his feet. Still, the cynic in me questions if there was an injury at all, where it has slowed down proceedings. Well, did I use the commentator's case before the game, saying that would there be a busy afternoon for the referee? Would they be involved? And referee Bergen has been right in the centre of it today. I'd say the sending off was right. The penalty not blessed with replays, so I couldn't exactly tell you. I know two players went down, whether it was hands or a tackle that went in. I couldn't tell you. It all happened in a flash. What I can tell you is the score is 1-0 to Boreham Wood. And Boreham Wood have just had a man sent off. Chapman, Butterfield and Edwards all stand over the ball. It looks like Jacob Butterfield has taken rank here. Gateshead's player assistant stands over the ball. So he whips it in. There's just too much on it. The whip was there, just didn't dip enough for him. And how will this change the dynamic of the game now? We're back into open play in a second with the red card for Boreham Wood. Well, looks as though Souza has went across to the left-hand side to play that wing-back position, I would say. Just by the way we stand at the moment, whether or not that's just a tactical for going forward with the ball, but Melbourne and Rush, they're battling for the ball at the moment as the ball goes down, and Gateshead win the ball back. It's getting a little bit fractious out there at the moment as the ball nearly falls to Pennant. O'Connell did get into it. Abdul Malik gets it in midfield, plays it out to Bush. Bush carries it forward on the left-hand side. Souza, who has went out to that left-hand side now, is up against Chapman. Chapman just skinned there, but Gateshead do win the ball, and Home pings the ball forward only as far as Bush on the halfway line. And offside flag, and I tell you what, that was close. No complaints, though, from Matt Rush. 7 minutes until half time. I hazard a guess we might have at least 3 or 4 minutes added on for the two stoppages that we've had here in the first half. So if Gateshead want to try and get this level beforehand, there is enough time. Do they have enough chances in them? Have the tides turned with the man advantage as Melbourne holds it up half inside the Boreham Wood half. We are just seeing a little bit more of a rigid shape from a free kick given against Tom White on Edwards. And you can understand why there is more of a rigid shape from Boreham Wood with the man down as Butterfield gives the ball to Home. Williams on the far side just plays it back to Flint. Dare I say, I think there might be a bit of a tactical change for Gateshead. I think Flint has went back into centre back here, and I think it might be just being the way it is. Yeah, they're just swap positions. But at the moment, Gateshead halfway inside the half left-hand side as Ferguson has Melbourne behind him if he needs to, who he uses. At this moment, Gateshead just happy to keep possession. Nice ball to Kyan Pennant, tries to lay it off to Edwards, and it's a free kick given there, a foul on Tom White, who's rolling around in agony at the moment on the pitch. But he's up, miraculously. Well, someone's just asking, joining late, just read Frank's on commentary, can't hear him. Unfortunately, he's not unable to join us this afternoon. So, just me on my lonesome. But at the moment, from what felt like a one-way street to possibly game on with Gateshead having a man advantage here, the dynamics of the game has changed a little bit somewhat, but Boreham Wood still trying to get that ball forward. Gateshead picking the ball up in midfield as Butterfield lays it off to Ferguson. Ferguson looks for the man forward, but picked out by Tom White, the pass, and lays it off to King. King plays it inside to Tom White. Souza's on that left-hand side in acres of space. I think that was the ball that should have went, but at the moment, they're still in possession. Comes to Abdul Malik on the right-hand touchline. Plays it through. Rush lays it back off to Abdul Malik on the far side. There's Souza in acres of space. You could see him before. He's took the ball way too far to the dead ball line. Couldn't keep it in. And it goes out for a corner on the far side. Did I say 1-1? No, it's 1-0 to Boreham Wood. Apologies if that slipped there. One-man advantage. Gateshead have. Well, we're waiting for this corner on the far side. Boreham Wood launched the ball in. It's been cleared though by Gateshead. They need to use this man advantage on the breaks, as now it's been sent over the top. Kyan Pennant brings the ball down, lays it back. Butterfield sees the run of Kane Adam, who brings the ball down, and referee has appeals for a foul there, but I think he went down a little bit gingerly there, Kane Adam. Got to be a bit more conviction getting this ball forward. 43 minutes gone. Gateshead 0, Boreham Wood 1. Boreham Wood down to 10 men after Joe Newton, last man, pulled down Kane Adam. Ball forward from Boreham Wood, brought down by Ferguson. Ferguson, we're starting to see more forward runs from midfield players here at the moment as Adam holds it up, gives it back to Ferguson. Butterfield, just starting to see that man advantage showing space here now for Gateshead as Williams brings the ball forward. There is a run by Chapman. Chapman edge of the box, gets past his man. He's still going. Can he put it across into the side net? And Gateshead, well, they're starting to believe in themselves somewhat here. But 44 minutes, Gateshead still trailed by a 1-0. Well, Curd gathers the ball. Oh, sure, we'll see the fourth official's board in a minute. As I say that, he just goes over to it. I would hazard at least 3 to 4 minutes here with the stoppages as Curd is time wasting. Goes from one side of his box to the other side to take this kick. As we still have a minute and 15 seconds of this first half remaining. Ball nodded forward. Ferguson runs into space. Kane Adam is in front, makes the run and does very well to get to it. Needs support in the centre as Adam holds it up, gives it to Edwards. Ferguson on this left-hand side holds the ball, plays it into the centre. Adam, he's got space. Cut turns his man twice. He needs to lay this off though, and Williams is there. Gateshead with men forward. They need a delivery into the box. Chapman back to Williams. Home on the edge of the box, back out to Williams. Chapman, who's hugging that right-hand touchline for Gateshead. Halfway inside the half is given back to Butterfield as they hold a fantastic shape at the moment. Boreham Wood, they're going to make Gateshead try and break them down. They're going to have to try and thread this ball through as Pennant gets on the edge of the area. Still with the ball, Pennant. Can he pull the trigger? He can. Oh, great save from Curd down to his left-hand side. And it's a corner to Gateshead. The fourth official's board is about to go up. We've got 10 seconds left here. And we have a corner to Gateshead on the far side. Jacob Butterfield's the man to take it. Gateshead committed nearly every man forward. 7 minutes added on here. The end of the first half. Butterfield whips one in, headed away by Chris Bush, and Gateshead didn't pick up the loose ball, and Abdul Malik will chase onto this one, but for Max Melbourne, all the time in the world, just to nod that calmly back to Tiernan Brooks. Edwards drops back and carries the ball forward over the halfway line. Left-hand side, he's still going, Edwards. Still going. He's trying to invite the tackle on as Rush come back to him. And Gateshead now do seem very comfortable on the ball. Josh Home, if he looks up, finds Edwards. He's got the run through the centre of Melbourne, but he didn't see it. Ferguson on this left-hand side comes out to Ferguson. The delivery has to be good. Takes down the dead ball line, crosses it in. There's, well, Kane Adam puts it straight down the barrel. And Curd grabs it second time of asking, but the time and space is there from Gateshead. This man advantage is starting to pay dividends at the moment, but can they get the goal they need? Oh, the clearance wasn't great. Ferguson managed to get to it. And now King can play this ball down the line. Rush tried to get past his man. Flint did well to hold him off, and Williams can play it all the way back to Brooks. Wow. Action-packed first half here. Gateshead on the attack through Edwards. Edwards just holding it up, looking for a run, looking for space. Comes back out to Ferguson. Ferguson once again. Can he get a ball in from left-hand side? He tries to. It ricochets back to Melbourne, and Melbourne just takes a foot on it. Gives it to Home. Ferguson. Edwards makes a run to this left-hand side to receive the ball. Still holding it up. He's dispossessed too easy there by King, and King can bring the ball forward, and this is where the dangerous... Oh, sorry, it isn't King, it's O'Connell. Ball forward to Rush. Rush surrounded by Gateshead players. Abdul Malik has it on this right-hand side now. Plays it back to King. Tom White. We're 2 minutes into the 7 added on here at the end of the first half. As King plays the ball to Abdul Malik, who's hugging the right-hand touchline. It's halfway inside the Gateshead half. Just has to play it back, though. Good pressure from Gateshead, although I think the visitors are just happy to keep possession of the ball and try and see out this first half as King has the ball. Rush makes a run now. Ball played down the channel, but Max Melbourne's there, and he's done very well to see that out. Great defending from Max Melbourne. Gateshead quickly got the ball back underway as Flint brings the ball forward. Back to Flint. Flint, if he looks up, he's got Chapman on that. Oh, it isn't Chapman, sorry, that's Ben Williams. Back to Flint. 4 minutes left of the time added on here as Williams has it inside the Boreham Wood half on the right-hand side. Back to Flint on the halfway line. Butterfield just holds the ball up. Flint can bring the ball forward. Out now to Williams. Chapman's made a run, but the ball didn't come through. Back to Flint. Butterfield plays the ball to Kane Adam. Back to Butterfield. Gateshead probing at the moment. Edwards sees Ferguson left-hand side of the box. Can he create space? Gets it to Josh Home. Butterfield. Butterfield gets the ball now to Williams and Gateshead. They're camped out in the half of Boreham Wood, but they need to probe. They need to go. Oh, lovely ball across the far side. Back across. Edwards, can he get the shot away? He can. Didn't get the connection. Spaces are opening up for Gateshead in the final third. But they're not really making it. Oh, and this ball's going to fall to Kane Adam, edge of the box. Can he get the shot away? Oh, he pulls it, drags it wide. Left-hand foot and his hands in his head. A little bit slack and loose the passing at the back from the visitors. And Gateshead not taking full advantage. 2 minutes remain at least of the 7 added on here at Gateshead International Stadium. Occurred. Going to take the goal kick here. Eventually takes his goal kick. You can understand why he's slowing it down somewhat as the ball bounces right through and out for a throw to Gateshead. Quickly taken to Flint. Flint plays the ball now to Brooks, who's like a sweeper keeper at the moment. Ball forward up towards Kane Adam, but the ball goes right through to Curd. Well, someone's asking why there is 2 streams on YouTube. One is set up for a mobile phone, one is set up for a TV screen. There's the ball falls to Ferguson. Butterfield clips the ball out to Edwards here, plays it inside to Adam. Adam, can he get past his man? He can and gets the ball to Edwards after a ball through. Can Josh Home finish it? Oh, fantastic covering tackle from Charlie O'Connell. And Gateshead have a corner. Fantastic cover and play from Boreham Wood's number 6. Butterfield. 45 seconds remaining of the time added on. Can Gateshead claw one back? In it comes. It's a deep one. up in the air, hasn't been fully cleared yet. Home nods it back forward, but there's a boot from Boreham Wood to clear it up towards the halfway line in Melbourne. Oh, well, the theatrics of Rush. Oh, sorry, it isn't. It's Tom White. Now, there wasn't any tackle. There wasn't any connection. The Boreham Wood bench is up in arms here. Max Melbourne didn't even make any contact, but he landed very heavy. Tom White, he does need attention. Would love to have a replay. Unfortunately, didn't have one. Well, he's in some discomfort. He did land very heavy. Whether or not if there was any connection, I'm not going to dispute there was, but he did land very heavy. But I think he's all right. He's sat up, and it's eaten away into the time here in the end of the first half. And what a first half it's been. Lots of talking points, and Tom White is up on his feet, and they're temporarily down to 9 men at the moment. With that, Tom White, as I say, the ball was bouncing and he come running in off the ground, Tom White, claiming connection. What do Boreham Wood do here? Do they play it safe or do they try and get that ball forward? They go forward, ball falls to Max Melbourne, and there is the half-time whistle. It ends 1-0 to Boreham Wood in the first half. Lots of talking points, contentious points. There's penalties to talk about. The penalty to talk about. There's a sending off to talk about. And I'm sure we'll all do that on the Heat On Me podcast on Monday night at 8 p.m. But I'm on my own here on commentary, and I'm going to take this opportunity to say thank you for joining us. And I'm going to go quiet for 10 minutes so I can have a toilet break and grab a breath of air as well. And hopefully the second half is as action-packed as the second half is as action-packed as the first half. So I'll be back in about 10 minutes, and I'll give you all the half-time scores from around the league. But at the moment, it's Gateshead 0, Boreham Wood 1.
Has been claimed.
Well, hello there and welcome back. Refreshed and toilet break happened and the half-time scores from around the National League. It is Brackley 2, York 2, Eastleigh 0, Hartlepool 0. FC Halifax are winning 1-0 against 10-man Solihull Moors. Gateshead trail 1-0 to 10-man Boreham Wood. It's 0-0 between Boreham and Yeovil. Scunthorpe 1, Braintree 0, Southend 2, Altrincham 0. It's Truro 0, Sutton 1, and Wheelstone 0, Forest Green 1. But what will happen here in the second half? We'll bring you all the action, all the goals, and all the talking points, because there has been quite a few. And Henry Focus has put, did Tom White get a good reception? He did, until his moment at the end of the first half there. And we've got Kingy91 has put up the wood, and Vanessa has put, good afternoon from the Royal Opera House, Covent Garden. Come on the Heed. That's a positive result. Let's have a positive result in the second half. Well, let's certainly hope so. But as I say, at this moment in time, Gateshead with a man advantage, but trail by a goal to 0 here at Gateshead International Stadium. It's Enterprise National League live and exclusive on DAZN and the Heed Army podcast. We thank you for your company here this afternoon, and hopefully we'll have to get a lot of fans behind both teams here in the second half as the temperature is dropping. We've got we've got a message from Gateshead FC Stats. I'm a little bit emotional. My energy company sent my Xmas Prezi as they now have lost my Martin, and I baked the recipe for cook. You wrote down the recipes. All right. Hopefully, Gateshead FC Stats is doing all right. Well, so we are waiting for the teams to come back out here. There was 7 minutes added on at the end of half time, so there will be a slight delay in kicking off the second half. But trust us, we'll be here ready and waiting when the teams come out to play here at the GIS. The temperature is dropping. It is starting to get dark. The floodlights are on in full effect now. All we need is the teams to come back out and battle to recommence. And as I say, we hope that you're all enjoying the broadcast here this afternoon. It's always a pleasure to be bringing you live commentary of Gateshead games. We pride ourselves on bringing you the action as it happens. Not too biased. Of course, we are Gateshead fans, but we want to give a fair reflection of the game. We hope we've done that so far this afternoon. And a big shout out to Bernard, who's listening in Lanzarote, having a lovely time. Of course, it's a lot colder there than where it is here in Tyneside. So hopefully that pint of Guinness isn't too cold for you over there in Lanzarote. Well, let's see, it has been a very cold week on Tyneside, especially in the latter stages when we had the snow and the ice here, but the pitch has held up absolutely fantastically. Still looks like a carpet out there. There is a groundsman out with a fork inspecting to see if there's any divots that need putting back, any areas that need attention. Doesn't look like there's much, but he's giving a little poke and a prod there at the moment. But we are waiting the teams to come back out here for the second half. Gateshead versus Boreham Wood. And if you're just joining us, where have you been? We've been through those half-time scores. I'll quickly go through them again while we've got time to do it. As I say, some of the games have kicked back off. It is Brackley 2, York 2, Eastleigh 0, Hartlepool 0, FC Halifax 1, 10-man Solihull Moors 0, Gateshead 0, 10-man Solihull Moors. I'm calling Solihull Moors, we're not playing them. Boreham Wood 1. It's 0-0 between Morecambe and Yeovil. Scunthorpe are 1-0 to the good at home to Braintree. Southend are winning 2-0 at home to Altrincham. Truro are losing 1-0 at home to Sutton, and Forest Green are winning 1-0 away to Wealdstone, and that is how it stands at this moment in time. And at this moment in time, we here at Gateshead International Stadium are waiting for the teams to come back out for the second half. Of course, slightly delayed because there was 7 minutes added on at the end of the first half due to injuries and sending off as well, which held up play for a little while. Just take this moment as well to, if you're listening on our audio stream, to hit like and subscribe. It really does help us reach more people, you know, who want to hear the commentary or want to join in with the Heat Army podcast. And as I say, it might help with the algorithm. We are just a little show, but we want to reach more and more people, whether it be Gateshead fans or away fans. Please do join us and help us reach more people. The non-league is a lovely family. We all try and help each other. And hopefully you can drop a like and a subscribe on our audio stream. But of course, if you're watching on DAZN for the first time, you can watch every game, especially midweek games, live on at home if you can't travel to an away game. And you can do that on the DAZN website on the National League section. Register and subscribe, and you will have amazing commentary from fellow commentators. And as I say, you can have one. There you go. And so I'm just giving there you go. I was just giving a steward a Heat Army podcast badge there. So we are waiting for the teams to come out still here. And Jack, the media manager, is out with his little stool and his big camera. And that means we are not far away from the second half action beginning here at Gateshead International Stadium. Well, David Ferguson is the first to reappear for Gateshead out onto the pitch. They go through a little warm-up on the touchline. Can't see any changes as of yet for the Gateshead lineup. I'll let you know if there is any for either side, of course. Kane Adam, Harry Chapman make their way onto the pitch. Tiernan Brooks does as well. We just await the visitors to come back out of the tunnel, and we'll have the second half action very soon to get underway here. Well, the locals welcome the visitors back onto the pitch with the odd boo there. Can't see any changes for the visitors, so it looks like they're happy with their rejig in personnel from the starting lineup. Gateshead will be shooting towards the Fallon end, the visitors towards the River Tyne. As Kane Adam just goes through a little stretch there, the edge of the centre circle. And we await to get underway. Morecambe have just taken the lead at home to Yeovil. It's the latest score in the National League. Of course, game's already underway. The referee has got us underway now. It's Chris Bush gets his first touch of the second half and pings the ball out to the far side. There's going to be way too much on that, and that'll go out for a goal kick. Hartlepool have just taken the lead away to Eastleigh as well. So goals are plenty in the National League. Will there be any more goals here as Williams brings the ball forward? Tiernan Brooks outside his box like a sweeper, given that extra man advantage at the back to try and build up players. Williams looks to thread the ball to Chapman. Chapman finds Home, who flicks it through to Adam. Adam does well to keep on his feet and hold the ball up as Tom White was applying pressure. Crossfield ball finds Max Melbourne. Apparently that Morecambe goal has been wiped out. So it's still 0 at Morecambe. Butterfield, left-hand side, plays the ball out to Ferguson. Ferguson crosses the ball in. It's a dangerous one, cleared by the visitors, but only as far as Flint on the halfway line. They'll try and build again as Ferguson gives the ball that left-hand side. Poor cross into the box there. Ball cleared, and Butterfield can be the man to get that one. And at the moment, Gateshead using that man advantage to good effect to pick up the second ball from clearances. There's a ball. Oh, Joshua was looking for a run from Harry Chapman. It wasn't coming. And that ball goes straight out of play for a goal kick. Regan Booty is warming up down the touchline for the visitors. Will we see his return to Tyneside this afternoon? Curd takes his time with the goal kick. Now launches the ball up. That's Melbourne with a free header, but it goes out of play. Well, they're in no hurry at the moment, Boreham Wood, to take any of their throw-ins or goal kicks. So they play it back, and Kane Adams tries to win the ball there. It's been picked up. Kane Adams being wiped out, and it's a free kick. And at the moment, it's a yellow card there. Just want to confirm the shirt number. I think it might be for the captain. It is. So Callum Reynolds is on a yellow card now. Kane Adams is going to get back onto his feet. It looks like we are going to see a substitution come on for the visitors as a player stripped and ready to go. Can't see his shirt number at the moment, but Tina Brooks is going to take this free kick just inside the half. It looks like Cokes is going to come on. Cameron Cokes. There's Chapman. Plays the ball back to Flint. Butterfield on the halfway line can bring it forward. Out to Ferguson. Ferguson looking to bring... Oh, and there was a little bit of pushing and shoving there on the far side. But it's a throw in to the visitors. Well, looks like Regan Booty is going to come on as well. Looks like it's going to be a double substitution. Hartlepool have doubled their lead away to Eastleigh. Throw taken. Gateshead win the header. Get the ball forward to Kane Adom. Out to Edwards. Edwards tries to slip it through, and they just disrupt the visitors. O'Connell clears the ball and goes out of play on the far side. Gateshead take the free kick quickly. I thought the substitution was going to happen. Hasn't happened yet. Still in play at the moment as Melbourne trying to dance through a few players there and was unable to do so. And now the visitors can clear their lines from the back. Only as far as Jacob Butterfield though. Appeals for handball. It bounced up towards his hand. The manager for Boreham Wood can't believe it. 2-0 to Halifax now at home to 10-man Solihull Moors. But Gateshead in possession and probing. Left-hand side, Ferguson has the ball. Can he take it down to the dead ball line? Pulls it back across and the ball comes off Ferguson for a goal kick. And we're going to see Regan Booty's return to Tyneside happen now, as he is going to be replacing Abdul Malik. So you would say that is more of a defensive one than anything, because Abdul Malik, of course, was very dangerous in the opening stages of the first half, an attacking option. But this is more of a midfield bolstering substitution from Regan Booty.
Substitution for Boreham Wood FC, leaving the pitch, number 10, Abdul.
Well, an indifferent welcome back for Regan Booty. Of course, he went on strike when he was here at Gateshead. over the festive period. Some Gateshead fans haven't forgotten that. Well, ball bounces through. Max Melbourne calmly plays it back to Booty. Booty, I don't know, Booty has Brooks even. Booty's on the other side. Old habits die hard as Chapman pings the ball over the top, looking for the run. The Gateshead defenders. It's been, I don't get myself all fingers and thumbs here, but it's a throw into Gateshead. Normal service resumed. Put my teeth in the right way around as Butterfield gives it to Chapman. Chapman has Edwards here, who he uses. It's here, there, and everywhere at the moment. Edwards, Butterfield. Gateshead pin back the visiting defence. There's seeing a bit of rain and fog coming in from behind the south stand. There's Chapman. Plays a crossfield ball, picks out Ferguson in acres of space, brings the ball down well. Can't get the delivery, and it's going to go out for a throw-in on the far side. Well, we're just starting to get the rain coming in. It's a misty rain. Just see it in the ball crossed into the box. Keeper comes and gets that one, does very well. Strong hands from Curd. Quickly launches this one, looking for the run of Rush. Rush gets there. He needs support though. Lays it off to Souza. Bush plays it in the centre there, but Regan Booty plays the ball across to the far side. Now Boreham Wood cross one in there, and it's a dangerous one. Oh, it's been spilled, and a foul on from Rush on the Gateshead player, and it's a free kick to Gateshead. Well, travelling fans, they thought it was the other way around. Quickly taken. Melbourne gives the ball to Butterfield. Edwards. Push off the ball by Tom White. Referee says carry on. Butterfield plays it to Williams just inside the Gateshead half. He carries it over the halfway line through the centre, gives it back to Butterfield. Ferguson's in space on the far side, but it comes out to Melbourne. Now Ferguson. Pennant gives an option on the far side, plays it down the line back to Melbourne. Butterfield holds the ball up. Williams gets the ball to Edwards, out to Chapman on this right-hand side. Can Chapman carve something out? Gets the ball back, and the referee says play on as Bush comes driving out of defence with that one. And I tell you what, and Tom White is playing the pantomime villain here. He put an elbow in on Jacob Butterfield, and he got one back. Well, if you're going to give it, you've got to take it, Mr. Tom White. You've got to take it. And you can cry all you like, but the referee is pulling it back. And that's the second time. Apologies, it isn't Tom White. It's Rush. Rush just making a menace to himself, throwing elbows and stuff. At least that's the way I thought I seen it. A replay could tell very different, of course. Seen what I've seen in real time, but certainly a bit of niggle in this game. Well, Wealdstone have levelled the game at home against Forest Green. It's 1-1 there. As Melbourne holds the ball up, it goes out of play for a throw to the visitors. And there's a lot of complaining coming from the boys in blue at the moment. A lot of finger pointing at each other. Rush and... Is it Rush? No. O'Connell, I think it is. And no, it's Brunt. Tom White. We're deep in discussion there. 56 minutes gone. Still 1-0 to Boreham Wood. Gateshead are probing. Trying to use this man advantage as they have the ball on the edge of the area, though. Boreham Wood does very well with the footwork. Can he twist and turn and lay it off? He can, as Souza plays the ball through, and that's good. Brunt, edge of the area, drives through, rushes offside. And he thought he had scored. He was about to wheel away into celebration. But this game really on a knife point. But at the moment, Boreham Wood in front. From earlier than there, much of the first half, deservedly so. But this man advantage for Gateshead has breathed some life into the Gateshead attack. Butterfield plays it to Melbourne. Ferguson on the far side. Butterfield shows, but it goes to Melbourne. Now Butterfield. Whoop, a little bit too much on that one, but Brooks is there to get the ball moving forward again as Williams brings the ball forward. Plays it out now to Chapman. Williams, Butterfield in the centre. Ferguson's asking for it on the far side. Comes to Melbourne. Now it comes out to Ferguson. Can he get a delivery in? Back to Melbourne. He said, all on the edge of the area at the moment as Butterfield goes for a... Oh! And I tell you what, made the goalkeeper have to flick it behind. We've seen a rocket like that last week in the 3-1 defeat. Maybe a corner taken. As I've got a photo there from Arvid the Viking sent me. As Gateshead have the corner here. Butterfield. It's a deep probing one. Bush heads it clear. Oh, Curtis Edwards puts the ball back out to Butterfield. Everyone thought he had to screw with that one. In it comes. Oh, great save. Great save. It hasn't been cleared fully yet. And at the moment, it comes off and it's a Gateshead corner. And it's been given. And that was a real scramble. Wow. Bodies flying everywhere. Commitment to the full from the Boreham Wood defence. By hook or by crook, they kept that one out. Corner taken. Chapman on the corner of the box. Is it off to Butterfield? Butterfield sees Edwards. Edwards, people shouting for him to shoot. He takes on his other foot, goes for a shot. Oh! And he's leaning back as he hit it. Not too far away, but Gateshead certainly on top in this second half. 59 minutes gone. Gateshead 0. Boreham Wood 1, but Gateshead are going to bolster their attacking options here with Kyle Hurst is stripped and ready for action to come on here in the second half. And we'll see who is going to come on. Ball headed up in the air. Headed on again. Gateshead pick it up in midfield. And just pass it around the back, and I think this will go all the way back to Tiernan Brooks, is it? No, Max Melbourne. Now back to Brooks. As they bring the ball forward through Brooks. Lays it off to Flint. Flint to home, back to Brooks. Melbourne's in space, and he can bring the ball forward on the left-hand channel. Plays it forward to Ferguson. Butterfield, acres of space, are sitting quite deep at the moment. The visitors. Ferguson. Oh, Melbourne had made a run through. Didn't quite come to it. The ball went through and a little bit blind. Oh, and it's hit off the referee. And she stopped it. Rightly so. Well, we are going to see a substitution here. I think it is going to be Will Flint is making way. Hurst is going to come on, so interesting to see what's going to happen here position-wise as Hurst goes into the middle. Or Gateshead playing 3 at the back. It does look so. Oh, I think Ferguson's going to drop back a little bit deeper there, and Hurst will be on that left-hand side, yes. As Melbourne pings the ball up.
Substitution to Gateshead.
Gateshead just managed to get the ball under control. Half an hour remains at least. Ball over the top, looking for Pennant. Pennant's there. Oh, keep her quickly out to get that one. As we see Boreham Wood in possession, they play it back to Curd. Still 1-0 to Boreham Wood. Curd pings it up to that right-hand side, but Ferguson's there, pings it back over the top, headed forward. Gateshead can try and pick up this ball in midfield. They do so. Hurst gets his first touches, holds the ball up on the far side. Back to Ferguson. Brooks comes out, playing like a centre-back at the moment. Chapman. The ball played forward, looking for the run of somebody, but there wasn't anybody there, and Chris Bush can clear this ball up the top and try and relieve some pressure as Max Melbourne just couldn't get the orders very well, and that's a throw to the visitors. Just looked like he might have misjudged that one, but he recovered. Well, taking the time over the throw here. Well, still taking the time as Chris Bush is going to take it now. Ball forward. As Gateshead try and build out from the back, and they do as Chapman brings the ball forward. Sees a crossfield ball for the run for Adam to get onto. He does get onto it. Gives it to Hurst. Hurst just has to get it under control. And Gateshead now on the attack. Hurst driving forward. Tries to get past another man. Didn't quite do that. And now the visitors can bring the ball away. But their ball only for... Oh, that's a poor ball. And they've played themselves into trouble here, Gateshead. And at the moment, Tom White holds onto it and gives it to Rush. Rush, edge of the area, up against Gateshead defence. What can he do? White, as a man on the far side, as a run. The ball's going to come across, and that's a shot with a lot of hope from King. First time we're really seeing us get forward in the second half. 64 minutes gone. Gateshead 0, Boreham Wood 1. And at the moment, Gateshead not fully breaking down this Boreham Wood defence. And when they do, the shots have been wayward or not on target. Well, Williams brings the ball forward. Ball intercepted, though, by Souza, who brings the ball forward. Pennant is driving back to try and close down and does well. Wins the ball back as well. Well, great stuff from Kyan Pennant. What could have been a dangerous position was a good recovery from the young striker on loan from Leicester City. Edwards. Adam is to Butterfield. Now Williams. Gateshead need to find that probing run from midfield. As we mentioned before, very rigid shape. That has to be broken down by Gateshead here from Boreham Wood. Butterfield. He's going to go for a shot again. Makes the goalkeeper works straight into his hands, though, as he scooped down to it. But Boreham Wood forcing Gateshead to shoot from the outside and not to kick up towards Rush. Holt keeps the ball in up against Williams. There is a man running through in Tom White, but Rush plays across the far side and Ferguson picks it up and Gateshead on the attack now. Can they open up this Boreham Wood defence as Ferguson carries on bringing the ball forward, lays it off to Edwards. Edwards back out to the far side. Is there too much on it? Hurst can keep it in. He has done, but he needs to find the teammate. He's under pressure on the dead ball line and the ball cleared, and anywhere will do for the visitors. And, well, he's given the free kick. And the away fans are shouting for a red card, but he wasn't the last man. The Boreham Wood bench can't believe what they're seeing. I hope the Boreham Woods manager's hair has got some strong roots because he keeps grabbing at it. Well, I think there will be a yellow card here for Max Melbourne. Yellow card for Max Melbourne. Well, free kick to the visitors on the halfway line. Well, ball over the top though. The run on the far side for Boreham Wood. Can they get the ball in the centre? Twist and turn on the edge. That's a poor ball across the box, and Gateshead can clear the ball up towards Pennant. Pennant brings it down well. Can he get the ball moving forward to the far side? He can. Edwards, he has the overlap of Hurst if he needs it on the left-hand side. Can he pull the trigger? Out to Hurst. Hurst pulls it across. Great block. I think it was Bush that was coming through that stopped that from going into the back of the net. And there's a foul from Josh Holmes on Tom White, I think it is. Well, we've seen in the first half the referee does stop the clock, and all this time wasting might come back in time added on. But at the moment, ball back to Tiernan Brooks, gets it under control. 68 minutes gone, Gateshead 0, Boreham Wood 1. That's a poor ball forward from, and Gateshead do pull themselves out of trouble. But Brooks' ball forward wasn't the greatest, and a ball up towards Kane Adom. He's trying to get towards that one. The Kurd comes out his box and then quickly goes back in to get it under control. You just feel there might be another turning point in this game for either side. As ball bounces through, Chapman does well to nod it back to Brooks. As Ferguson can bring the ball forward, lays it off to Butterfield in the centre circle. Butterfield still with the ball, lays it off to Ferguson, back to Melbourne on the halfway line. Home. Gives it to Ferguson, left-hand side. Hurst gets the ball. Gets it to Pennant. Pennant gets it under control. Does very well. Holds it up. Going to bring Ferguson back into play. Players in the box, but there needs to be a delivery. We've got to break down this resolute defence from Boreham Wood. There's a ball left for Gateshead to bring forward there. Chapman. He sees the run of Edwards. Pulls it back across. There's nobody there. They couldn't get the shot away because it didn't fall to a Gateshead shirt. Big gap in defence though, and that's a poor pass from the visitors. There's tiredness coming into play as Edwards plays it into the centre. Not great, but it falls to Williams. Williams takes a touch, gets past man. And was he clipped? Referee says no. As Rush goes down, and the ball played forward for Souza to get onto. And now Rush is on the far side. That's Tom White that's in the centre, and he goes down off the ball. Well, if that isn't a foul, it's a dive, but it's still going at the moment. The ball comes through. And surely Tom White, that's simulation. If it isn't a foul, it's simulation. Ball nodded forward by Bush. Nodded on blindly by Tom White. Melbourne's man on. Good shout from the crowd there. And now Ferguson can bring the ball forward. 20 minutes remain of normal time here. Gateshead 0, Boreham Wood 1. Down to 10 men. Ball up to Chapman. He's onside. Brings the ball down. Can he get... he goes for a first-time shot. There's a deflection, and it's given as a corner. Well, you've got to ask the question, can Gateshead make one of these half chances pay? Because the pressure is there. They need to keep themselves good for the break. But at this moment in time, they're in possession. Cross comes into the box. Edwards brings it down. He's got time, space. Can the ball shot away? And the shot from Williams goes over the bar. And as I say, they've got to be making the goalkeeper work from these situations. But if you're a Boreham Wood fan, you're holding on. I'm sure the Boreham Wood manager is far from happy though. Bush takes the goal kick. Ball over the top, looking for any sort of run from a Boreham Wood player, but Rush seems to be very tired at this moment in time. He's done a lot of running. Still got some pace though.
Total attendance 484, including 65.
Well, a very poor attendance here today, 484. Wow. Just wow. People of Tyneside, where are you? You support the club through thick and thin, where are you? But Gateshead on the attack at the moment. Ball cleared. As Hurst, Rush. I don't know what they're applying for, if anything, it's dangerous high feet. Very animated bench from Boreham Wood at this moment in time. Chapman. Home in the centre. Looks for a run through the centre. Oh, nearly picked out Edwards. Ball brought down and cleared by Souza. As Rush just keeps throwing himself to the floor. It's ridiculous. It's pathetic. They're winning 1-0. What's he doing? Wow. Well, he's getting some nice words there. Oh, Pennant runs into the box. He can't get through it on goal though. Lays it off to Chapman. Chapman to Butterfield. It's going to shoot from outside the box. It's been blocked. And Rush, will he stay on his feet? He has. He's done very well. He's pulled the shirt though. Gateshead come away with the ball. Well, someone saying a die from White, and that was a mistaken. Well, I'm not seeing from. Oh, and there's a tackle. Referee lets it play on. There's another play. Oh, well, dare you say anything? Tom White went down there, but yeah, it's become a very messy game. Wow, most biased we've heard on DAZN. Well, I'm going to see what's in front of us. I've said Boreham Wood were the better side in the first half, and they were until the man went off. But sometimes you have to win dirty, and that's what Boreham Wood are doing at this moment in time. The dark arts, they call it, as Rush stays on his feet, holds the ball up well. Leaves it to Souza. Inside now, Tom White. It's better from Boreham Wood. Booty to Souza. Out to White on the left-hand side. Souza, edge of the box. Does very well, cuts through inside. Lays it off to Rush. Booty. Brunt. There's a man running on the far side. Wasn't seen. Brunt gets a shot off, and what a fantastic goal. He struck it well, and they've bided their time. They soaked up the pressure and buried the ball into the back of the net. And Boreham Wood, after having, well, an awful first 20 minutes of the second half, they've held off Gateshead's attack and went up the other end and scored a worldie. Well, the celebrations are still going on. Well, Boreham Wood showing why they're higher up the league, and they're polishing boots now. Must have been watching FIFA back in the day for the old celebrations. Well, Brunt, 2 goals this afternoon, 1 from the penalty spot and 1 from the edge of the box. Couldn't have hit it any sweeter. You would say at least 20 minutes with stoppages here. It's 15 minutes of normal time. I'd hazard a guess at 5 minutes. As Gateshead trying to get the ball, and Kane Adam wrestled, play it to the ground there. Well, Tom White, the referee, wants a word with him and Kane Adam. Well, The referee wants a word now with both sets of captains and the players involved wanting to calm it down. We said it was getting fractious. But at the moment, Gateshead did not make any pressure pay. It's been the story of Gateshead seasons thus far. Gateshead not in the habit of finding a way to grind out results, unlike the visitors at the moment. Something Gateshead need to learn to do is grind out the result. And at this moment in time, not in their repertoire. As they build through Josh Home, Williams. Williams gets it back and gives it to Melbourne. We mentioned right from the get-go in the second half, the shape of Boreham Wood has been hard for Gateshead to break down. Can they do it twice here? Doesn't look like it. Souza comes away with the ball. Gets it to Tom White. As Brunt manages to get to his teammate, and the wind is definitely in the sails of the visitors at the moment. They're venturing forward now with purpose. Far side, cutting in, drops it back, but didn't pick out a teammate, and Gateshead can get on the counter-attack. Quickly slowed down, though, by Regan Booty, a fawning Gateshead side. Butterfield gives the ball to Edwards. And yet again, Gateshead just probe around the box. Ball at the centre to Pennant. Pennant turns. Dispossessed by Souza, who brings the ball away. You got to see Souza started the first half really well, and he's ending the first half well as well, as he's dispossessed though by Chapman. Chapman gets the ball to Adam. Adam goes for a shot, blocked, and falls back out to Ferguson. As the ball now with Hurst on the far side. As now Gateshead still with a lot of possession, but not probing those areas and making life difficult for the visitors. Chapman crosses the ball into the box. Bounces right through. Hurst will keep it in. Does look like Gateshead are going to make a change. As Butterfield, his ball forward didn't reach its target, and Rush, he's been like a rash all over those Gateshead defenders anytime the ball's played forward. But Josh Home can put the ball out to the left-hand side. Cuts in. Chipped into the box, and the keeper all day will pluck that out the air. Ball forward. Rush and Williams do battle. Williams goes down. Softly. Must be admitted. But Callum Bone is going to come on. He's going to replace Max Melbourne. Or Gateshead, attacking player for a defensive player. They're going to throw the kitchen sink at it. And why not? Nothing ventured, nothing gained. 10 minutes remain, plus stoppages, which would hazard there will be a few. But questions will be asked. Gateshead with a man advantage, not being able to break down this Boreham Wood side. But they soaked it up well. Ball into the centre. Pennant couldn't control it. The clearance from the visitors finds Butterfield. Chapman. Callum Bone is in the centre waiting for a ball. The edge of the box, but the cross comes in and too close to the goalkeeper, and Kurd will absolutely eat them up all day, as he has done all afternoon. The ball goes out of play on the far side. Josh Home. And the ball goes all the way back to Tiernan Brooks. Ball brought forward. Played through the centre. Great run from Pennant. Can he get the ball into the centre? He can. There's Edwards. Oh, and he's just spurred over the bar. And Gateshead just cannot make any half chance pay. And that was a really good chance to make the goalkeeper work. And, well, when it's not your afternoon, it's not your afternoon. And a number of people have seen enough and have left. Well, Curd places the ball down. Eight minutes remain of normal time. Boreham Wood, 2 goals to the good. They might have 10 men, but they've got 2 goals. And that's all that matters. Williams brings the ball forward. Chapman. Pennant on the right-hand side. Gives it to Chapman. Across to Ferguson. Now, can they probe from the left-hand side? Not with runs like that. Good defending. Boreham Wood bring the ball away. As King launches the ball forward, looking for a... And there's going to be another yellow card here for Josh Home as Rush pulled to the ground. There's one of them tenacious forwards that's a pain in the backside for anyone playing against him. He's on the shoulder and in the ear. Ball played up towards the corner flag and couldn't keep it in. Edwards, ball cleared by Gateshead. It's going to fall in midfield though to the visitors if Brush can. Yes, he can. Chips it forward. Brunt battling with Williams. Ball Pennant puts the ball over the top, looking for the run of teammates, and Adam chases down, and a handball being given there. It's been on the far side of the player. I didn't quite see it. Free kick to Gateshead, about 35 yards out, left-hand side of the D. Well, do we have a moment of magic here from Butterfield, or can Gateshead work themselves into a goal-scoring opportunity? Still waiting the free kick. Referee, some words with people. Butterfield goes for a strike, deflection into the hands of Curd in his chest. And, well, as the time ticks away, so does the opportunity for chances. There's Bowen. Ball forward, only as far as Bush. Over the top towards Rush. Brings the ball down really well and dispossessed.
Video correction to that attendance. I just read it. It wasn't 484 total. 484 was the home attendance. Plus your 65 away, so your total attendance was 549.
Well, correction there, it's 549, or PA announcer making a mistake. 65 Boreham Wood fans who will be going home extremely happy and have been very vocal here this afternoon on Tyneside. Credit to their club. Well, Chapman gives the ball back to Butterfield. Ferguson's on the far side. Brings it down. Well, Hurst to Butterfield. Chapman. And, well, we resorted to shooting from outside the box. That's full credit to the defenders. They're just not giving Gateshead the opportunity. Ball over the top. The ball down to the corner flag. Can they get the ball into the centre? They can. There's comes off a Gateshead player, though, and out for a corner. And this, let's see, another substitution for the visitors. Number 4, who is Jack Payne, is going to be coming on. And he will be replacing the goal scorer. 2 goals to his name this afternoon, Zach Brunt. And Cameron Cokes is going to come on eventually because he was going to come on earlier on, but they obviously changed their mind. Number 15 is coming on. Coming off, sorry, Jeff King's come off. And Payne and Cokes is on.
Double substitution for Boreham Wood FC.
Well, just over 2 minutes remain here. And Boreham Wood, 2 goals to the good. Looks like it'll be more than enough to see this one out. Well, the ball offside decision given there. Get a free kick, quickly taken. Brooks plays across to Williams. Williams quickly closed down, but gets the ball back. And Williams goes down very easily, I must say. As the ball played forward to Kane Adorn. His first touch was a little bit heavy, and that allowed Chris Bush to get in front and do what Chris Bush does. Good defending. And the ball goes out of play for a Boreham Wood throw. Well, Lucas Lowry is stripped for Gateshead, ready to come on. Good. Takes the free kick. Good kick right down to Hirsch. And there's a pull there. And I tell you what, Josh Holm needs to be careful. Oh, should give it the other way. No, for the substitution. Thought the referee would give it the other way. She was pointing to allow the substitution to happen. But free kick to the visitors. Well, not going to let the substitution happen there. Free kick. It's been taken. Goes out for a throw to the visitors. Now the substitutions can happen. Fitzhugh and Lucas Lowry are coming on. And looks like Jacob Chapman is going to be making way here for one of the subs. Well, there we go. Jacob Chapman replaced by Ethan Fitzhugh. And Lucas Lowry will be coming on for Kyan Pennant. Well, we're into stoppage time. 4 minutes. 4 minutes added on.
Just stop in additional 4 minutes. Additional time.
Well, we're already a good minute into that, nearly.
Leading the pitch, number
as Boreham Wood will probably see this one out very, very comfortably. Gateshead do probe with the ball forward, but Chris Bush can put that back to where it came from, and Rush holding the ball up, taking it towards the corner flag. And, well, the ball bounces back off the corner flag and stays in. You don't often see that, but Sousa comes away with the ball. The ball went out. It is. It's a throw-in to the visitors. And you're going to see more of the same towards the corner flag, I would guess. Tom White gives it to Sousa as the ball comes off Matt Rush. Well, Boreham Wood fans singing "We Are the Wood." They certainly are. And the Wood will leave with the win. Ball played off Regan Booty. Bounces out for another throw. This time to Gateshead.
Now it's your man of the match with Gateshead, sponsored by Safari, your restaurant on High Street. Today, your Gateshead man of the match is number 20.
Well, first touch from Fitzhugh. Ball goes out. Curtis Edwards has been given man of the match. Chris Bush doing well to hold off two Gateshead players there, maybe even three, I think it was. He's aged like a fine wine, Chris Bush, one of the best defenders in the National League. As Gateshead bring the ball forward on the left-hand side as Bowen tries to drive with the ball. As a tackle comes in there, it was late, it was over-eager from the youngster. And it's a free kick to the visitors. And we have a minute remaining here at Gateshead International Stadium, where Gateshead have huffed and puffed, had a lot of the possession, but when it come to doing the dirty work at times, they didn't quite get where they wanted to be. A lot of pretty football from Gateshead at times, but that killer instinct, that cutting edge was with Boreham Wood. And they'll run out winners here. There's 30, just under 30 seconds remain. Butterfield looks for the run of Lucas Lowry. Headed clear though by Reynolds. Lovely first touch to bring the ball forward as Booty goes for one from halfway line. And up, and it goes in the back of the net. And there you go. It ends 3-0 here. And Gateshead undone by the former Gateshead man who goes from a long shot just over the halfway line. Tiernan Brooks got a hand to it and pushed it into the back of the net. And that sums up Gateshead's afternoon here. It will end Gateshead 0, Boreham Wood 3. And questions have to be asked about, I wouldn't say the commitment, but the execution from Gateshead. They need to learn to do it a bit better. And at the moment, Boreham Wood 3-0 winners. They've took their chances when they needed them. And they will run out 3-0 winners here at Gateshead International Stadium. Well, Gateshead are back underway. Callum Bowen gives the ball. Played forward. Can Gateshead carve something out? Be nothing more than a consolation if they did. But there is the full-time whistle. And Gateshead end the game to a chorus of boos. It's Gateshead 0, Boreham Wood 3. And, well, deserved winners. They've seen the game out. Gateshead had the possession, couldn't make it pay. And the visitors know how to see a game out, whether it's with 10 or 11 men. And there is the score. Well done to all the travelling Boreham Wood fans. Thank you for joining us this afternoon. It was one of those games that had the niggle. It had the goals, just not for Gateshead. And the visitors will run out 3-0 wins, 3-0 winners, should I say. And good luck to them for the rest of the season. Gateshead, though, questions need to be asked. Heads will be shaken. and chances need to be taken. Get my words out. Thank you very much for joining us, whether it's been live on the Zone or on the Heat Army podcast. We are very thankful for your company this afternoon, and whether you're a Boreham Wood fan or a Gateshead fan, enjoy your evening. I have a feeling that the Boreham Wood fans will enjoy it just that little bit more. On that note, everyone, thank you very much, and we'll see you for the next home game here on the Zone. As I say, don't be a stranger, and we'll see you again soon.